Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Chuck. Today, I'm going to talk about campaigns. As we enter Career Association election season, a lot of you may be campaigning for the very first time, and some of you may be veterans at it. Personally, I was involved in a lot of campaigns in my earlier days. Most of my adult life, in fact, I was involved in politics and government. I worked for several members of Congress, governor, lieutenant governor. I've managed several congressional campaigns and 3 statewide campaigns. I even ran for office myself one time for city council of Topeka, and that was a long time ago. I actually lost, but I learned a lot from it, and frankly, I wasn't the better candidate in the race, so the best person won. I actually probably would have voted for the guy if I hadn't been running against him. So anyway, it was a cordial campaign. I learned a lot, but I've learned other things throughout the years, and hopefully some of these pointers will help you. So the first thing I would say is be yourself. Don't try to act like someone else or the candidate you think people want you to be. You are who you are, run on that. Tell people why you think you're the best candidate. And if they don't agree, then it wasn't meant to be. But be yourself. Don't be a fake. Number 2, distinguish yourself between the other candidates. And in our JAG-K Career Association races, hopefully you'll be doing that in a positive way, which doesn't always happen in other elections. But why are you different from the folks that you're running against? Is it your experience? Is it ideas that you bring to the table? Again, focus on why you're different and reflect that in your advertising or your campaign videos or your brochures or buttons. Set yourself apart. Distinguish yourself from the crowd. Third, don't overpromise. This is what politicians get hit with all the time. I mean, people, one of the jokes is, how can you tell a politician is lying if they're moving their lips? Don't be that politician and don't oversell. If you're running for Career Association president of your program, don't promise that you're going to get a scholarship for every student in JAG-K, because that's absolutely probably not going to happen. I don't know, maybe you know or have a rich uncle. So it's possible, but likely not to happen. Don't promise that JAG-K is going to only require 5 hours of community service, because you're not going to be able to do that. That comes from the JAG model. It's something that we get checked on. That's a requirement. So one individual is not going to change that. Chuck Knapp is not going to change that. That's part of the JAG national model. So don't overpromise, because most times people are going to see through that, and it doesn't help your campaign. So fourth, I would just say, enjoy the process. Enjoy getting to know people better. If this is for your career association, hopefully you already know them well. If this is for a regional office later, you'll get to know people in your regions. But that's the other thing. If you're planning to run for regional or state career association office, use this experience to help with those future campaigns. Get to know students at student events. So if you're a career association president, you're going to visit with other leaders from around the state, either through the virtual leadership development conference, or maybe, hopefully, we'll be in person at the JAG-K Day at the Capitol during the session. It is definitely more of a challenge now because we don't have as many in-person events, but use those opportunities to network and get to know people. But enjoy the process, get to know people, and whether you win or lose, the fact that you put yourself in the arena speaks volumes about your leadership qualities. So I hope some of these tips help. If you have any questions, send me an email. My email address is chuck.knapp@jagkansas.org. Have a great day and enjoy your coffee.